Well, wait and see if anyone shows up in here. Trying to get the chat open. There we go. Now I can see what's going on. There we go. Now I can see what's going on. Stop that. What's going on, Hollins? Just another wonderful 34. So I was, well, the load that's on the thumbnail, taking that up to Montana, which was not planned, but things happen. And my choices were get up to right around the border of Montana, just across it, and run out of hours, or stop here in the Denver area and do a reset. And well, since we have a chapter here in the Denver area, it seemed like the appropriate place to do the 34. So here we are. They're gonna come out here in a couple hours. I got in last night. They're gonna come out here in a couple hours, and we'll hang out for the day, and then in the morning my 34 is up and back on the road. I am in the middle of making the video about this load, since we're trying out the one video per load instead of a video every day. Please bear with me. I know yesterday's was awful. That load took less than an hour for pickup, drive time, and drop off. So I didn't really get a chance to make a whole lot of content with that video. It only went 30 miles, so there wasn't a lot I could do with it. So bear with me as we move forward in this one video per load thing. It will get better, you know, as these videos are as these loads are taking longer and longer to get done. The videos are going to get better. So don't pass judgment until you see the next one coming out. And even then, I'm new to this putting the video together as I go thing. Like, I do it on my other channel, but it's really easy to make content for that channel. Sadly, that's also the channel that'll probably never be monetized. So that's not helping at all. A little bit. Anyway, I'm working on getting that better. My goal is to give you guys the best possible content I can. And if that is through the one video per load, which once I find a rhythm in that, I think that will be better, for more enjoyable for everyone. And it's just a process we have to go through and refine all the details and make it work. Frank, I am doing wonderfully. I just woke up about 10 minutes ago, and now I'm here. Like I said, I'm gonna hang out with the Denver chapter for a little bit, and that'll help burn on the 34, thankfully. And conveniently, there's a Harley dealer half a mile that way, south. So probably end up walking down there at some point. And yeah. It's a 34 at a truck stop. It's not going to be exciting. And yeah, I agree, Frank. I think once I get the rhythm and kind of figure out how to do it, it's going to be a lot better for everyone. But as always on these live videos, this is where you guys dictate what we're talking about. So, yeah. That is not correct. And it has nothing to do with what board, Daryl, I'm talking to you. It has nothing to do with what board you're pulling from. It's if you're pulling from a yard. That's where that comes in. It's so, like, the one I have on right now doesn't have a pullout fee. The one I did yesterday doesn't have a pullout fee. The one I did before that does, because it came from a yard. So if you're doing a dealer transfer or a sold unit or a personal move, you're not going to have the pullout fee. Anyway, as soon as we get this one dropped in Montana, which will be Tuesday, we're shooting straight over to Indiana. I've been trying to make it over there for weeks, and something keeps coming up. I'm gonna make it over there. Hollins, I use both. I have built a great working relationship with my dispatcher, and she helps me out, and part of the reason she does that is even when the loads were not beneficial for me, I've never told her no. Now, I'm not going to do something stupid that completely just messes up everything that I have going on, but if it's a minor inconvenience, I'll still do it for her, because at the end of the day, sure, you know, perfect example, when I was running around last week, I was going to go from Pendleton, from Nampa to Yakima to Pendleton to Arizona. Right before I delivered Yakima, she asked me if I would take a LeGrand to Spokane Valley. Well, that added a little bit of deadhead and then took me up, and then I had to basically repeat what the deadhead would have been from Yakima to Pendleton. So it was a little bit inconvenient because it was like 4 hours of deadhead I hadn't planned for. I still did it because, you know, yeah, sure, it cost me a little bit of money, but it was also a decent paying load that was able to compensate for that and put money in my pocket, and it made my dispatcher happy. I also do self-dispatch, but you're not allowed to self-dispatch if you're already dispatched on a load, and that's where it comes in handy. So if I have a load that I'm pulling and I'm stopped at a rest area for a 30, or, you know, a truck stopped to fuel or whatever, and I check the load board and I see something I want, if I have a load, whether I'm dispatched or picked up or whatever, if I'm not delivered, now I've had it let me do it a few times, and I think it's like a perimeter thing. Like if you're so close within so many miles of your delivery, it will let you self-dispatch, but most of the time it will not let you self-dispatch. So you have to call your dispatcher, and your dispatcher has the ability to put you on that second load or that third load. You know, I never know what to title these live videos because I never have any idea what we're going to talk about. So it's always just some random title of nothingness. I'm sitting here watching the video so I can see the comments, and I'm looking at the title. I'm like, another wonderful 34. Wow, you thought that through, bud. Like, brilliant. That all depends on your dispatcher. I've had my dispatcher say, look, we're really not supposed to do more than 2. I've had my dispatcher say, okay, you know, given the situation and what's going on and whatnot, I'll go ahead and put you on this third one. I've had my dispatcher put me on 6 at once. Now, that was a whole different story. The Pendleton yard had like 30 something units that needed to go from Pendleton to Boise, and nobody wanted to do them because they only paid like $270. So it was really like just kind of here, we'll help get you into Idaho, and maybe there's something at the Nampa or Hanson yard that you want. But no one was really taking them up on that because Hanson and Nampa they're not a high volume yard. They don't have a whole lot of product coming out of them. So when it was, sorry, that was really loud, I apologize. It was right before Christmas, and you know, drivers are wanting to be home for Christmas, and everyone's just looking for that big load to get them somewhere close to home. And I said, look, I live right there. I'll take as many of those as you want to give me, thinking I would get like 3. Well, she threw me on 6 because she was trying to pump them out. Well, there wasn't really a whole lot else on the load board. So while I only made like $100 or $125 per load, it was something that kept me going because the load boards were not great at that time, and it helped out the dispatcher again. Terry, I am in Frederick, Colorado. Let's see. I have not missed anything else in the chat. Okay. So for those of you that have just come in, I did not know that, Frank. Oh. I'm really glad I don't use CenturyLink at all for anything. Daryl, yes, most of my loads are off the reload board because I live in Idaho. Typically what I do is I'll take 3 or 4 of them to get east, grab an Indiana, and go home. But over the last couple months, I've spent so much time at home, it's time to get to work. So I'm just kind of grabbing whatever I can to get me to Indiana, and then whatever's a great load right then, right there at that time, I'm gonna nab it and then run reload back. And my goal is to be home September 10th. We'll see if that happens. And then I have a couple things that I'm having done, and then we'll be back on the road on the, I think it's the 14th, whatever that Monday is. So my goal is to get home that Thursday, be off the road until Monday morning. Terry, one of the guys there, you're the second CenturyLink guy that I have that comes in here. So awesome. My beard is awful today. I literally I woke up, I got dressed, and I went live because I knew I was going to be wrapped up this afternoon with doing stuff with the Denver chapter, and I knew that I was going to, well, I'm not going to have a video up until probably Tuesday for you guys because 1 video per load. So I figured that going 4 days without a video, I should probably throw something up here. Yeah, Daryl, it is. Now, this 34 is absolutely mandatory. Like, yeah, I could have gone a little bit further, but either way, this 34 was going to happen. Like, it was either going to happen today, or it was going to happen, it was going to start today, or it was going to start yesterday. Now, all the time that I took off for June and July, absolutely, that's going to hurt a lot. But there was a lot of stuff happening in the club that I kind of need to be there for. I had the cushion that I could take that kind of time off. I also went a little spend happy on buying personal things and things I wanted and such. So yeah, it cost me, you know, some time, but some of it was stuff I needed to do, and I really want to spend the time with the kids this summer, since I don't get to spend a lot of time with them. So having the time off to spend with the kids was great too. Thomas, thank you, good sir. Eric, I can't tell you what busy enough is. Can you stay busy out of California? No. There's one yard, and I have, well, they're not, it's not a very busy yard. So, no, no. Yes, I have right up there in the corner of the windshield, I have an ELD box, which is the whole reason I have this tablet, is I don't want the ELD app on my phone. I did a video about that. And I had a bunch of people argue with me and tell me I was wrong. I had a bunch of people argue with me and tell me I was correct. I don't know what the truth is. It's really vague in the way the law is written, which is why you get people on conflicting sides, because it could literally be interpreted either way. But long story short, and like I said, I went over this in a video. The video is entitled "DOT Can Go Through Your Phone," and that's exactly the point. Yeah. Really, really long story, really, really short. From what I've been told by several people, wherever you have your Keep Trucking app and you hand it to them for an inspection, that gives them the right to go through anything in that device that they so choose. Now, I think that is bulldookie and not okay and unconstitutional and probably illegal. However, I will also guarantee you there are DOT officers that do it. I personally have a very close friend who had that happen to him. So I know it happens. Whether or not it's legal, I don't know. So that was the whole reason I bought this tablet. For the longest time, there was nothing on this tablet except Keep Trucking. And then when I started doing these lives during my 34s, I like having the contacts up, or not contacts, the comments up right here so I can see every comment, because they flash up on the screen of my phone and then they're gone in like 3 seconds. So having the tablet allowing me to see them, because it stays up the whole time. So I downloaded the app on that. Yeah. Anyway. Daryl, you are correct. However, I was trying to save up and pay off a bunch of my debt. Tim, good morning. Woodcutter, what's going on, brother? I'm out here with Bellatorum. Sam, there isn't a roundabout. I've put loads on that are $250. I've put loads on that are $3,800. I can give you a roundabout rate per mile. My average is $1.38 per mile. This truck stop has an Italian restaurant in it. I might go over there for breakfast. Nice. Hopefully she's back up soon. Cloudy, that's something I'm working on. Those trailers are ridiculously expensive, and you have to take your truck down long enough to take the bed off, put a decent looking bed delete kit on it, and it's something I'm looking at doing. I really, 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 really want to do it, and it probably will happen. It's a matter of timing and being able to swallow the gut pain of eating fee for that trailer. Alexander, I am not ignoring you. I'm processing how to respond to your question. I can multitask. That CP4 pump, that sucks. I'm sorry, that's awful. Terry, take care. All right, Alexander, do I recommend this job for anyone? No. And here's why. This is probably going to hurt some feelings. But I'm going to tell it to you straight. I don't care. As my channel grows, I'm getting more and more comments, more and more emails, more and more questions. And some of these questions and emails I look at and I go, there's no way this person would make it in this job. If you're too lazy to do a little legwork yourself and you want someone to spoon feed you everything, you will not survive in this job. If you have to call or email someone who's making YouTube videos to ask basic, simple requirements that you could Google in 10 seconds, or go to the website of the company you're asking these questions about, you won't make it in this job. If you don't have the drive to run hard, and I know I'm kind of hypocriting myself right now because I just basically took 2 months off, just did the bare minimum for 2 months. But if you don't have the drive to run hard, you will not make it in this job. When I have people ask me, hey, can I do 1 or 2 loads a month and make what kind of money you make? No. There's times I do 2 loads a day to make the money I make. So really it comes down, if you're lazy, you won't survive here because there's no one to tell you what to do here. You get the bare minimum to start out of the orientation class, and then you have to learn as you go. Thank God I found Chris. That man has helped me so much. Thankfully, we formed a friendship. We were able to run together several times. I have learned so much from him. But I had the drive to work hard. He taught me the things that I didn't learn in orientation, which is part of what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel. A, everything was negative about RV transport. B, there wasn't really much good information out there. That's why this channel exists. And this lighting is really irritating, and there's nothing I can do about it. But there's no one to tell you what to do here. There's no one to push you. You have to push yourself. That's why I would not recommend this for anyone. For everyone. I forget what you asked. Either way. I'm sorry. You said anyone. And I'm answering it as in everyone. So take that with a grain of salt. But you will not survive if you're lazy. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you don't have a house and you just live in your truck and your truck is paid off, great. You can be lazy and do this job. There. Perfect example. And realistically, that's how I was running until this summer. I was home just for a 34. I scheduled it out so my 34s always happened at home. That was just convenience, that I was able to get loads that I would get home with 8 hours left on my cycle. Cool, knock out a 34 back on the road. Or if the truck needed some service or repair, maybe it was like a 48 or a 60 or whatever. But I'll be honest, that's why I'm not answering some of your comments. I look at them and I go, oh, no, I'm not. I'm not going to encourage you to get into this job if I don't think you're going to make it. I am not going to help set you up for failure. And if you're just trying to find the easiest way out, I mean, sure, absolutely, the money I make is very appealing, and I can see how it's drawn in a lot of people. But you have to work for it. You know, I think that's another part of the reason I took so much time off, was I just ran myself ragged. Chris warned me I was going to do it. And between having home projects, because my house was built in 1950, and being in an MC and holding an officer position in that MC, and working on my bike, and having the Viper truck, and owning my own business, and running 2 YouTube channels, and working for Horizon, I ran myself ragged. How did this turn into a rant? Alexander, why did you make me angry? All right, back to the comments. Michael, personally, I don't think the enterprise lease is a good deal. That's my personal opinion. I know Toe Piglet is running it, and he loves it. I know Nomadic Couple are running it, and they seem to love it. So I can't give you an answer. I can give you my opinion. Woodcutter, I am in a little town just outside Denver. Daryl, that is something I have considered. It would be in the Streetwalker for now. Would I move to a semi? I don't know. No, I think that was an accident. Maybe. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay, well, there you go. There's no enterprise leases anyway. Again, I apologize for going on that rant. There was no reason to get upset about that, but I wasn't wrong in what I said. And I won't walk it back at all. They were just talking about that last night when they came and hung out with me for a little bit. That's funny. Actually, they specifically mentioned that restaurant. Is the pay rate lower for the haul drivers? Now, when you say haul, are you talking haul and tow, which is in the flatbed division, tow away, which is where I am, or are you comparing it to drive away? Flatbed and per unit. Hang on, the video is going to freak out for a second. I'm not going anywhere. It's going to glitch. I'll be right back. I hope it didn't die. We'll see. Anyway. Yep. There's the glitch. And we're back. Okay. Flatbed. Okay. So from what I have gathered, it is less per unit, but it's more per mile. So it's only $1.15 from what I'm gathering per unit, which comes to $2.30 for a minimum. And then the third unit, if you run it, is only worth like 20 cents. So you get $2.50 a mile. Absolutely, woodcutter. I would love that. And I've said it to all of you. If you see me in a truck stop, say hi. Now, if I've got my window shades up and it looks like my lights are off, probably don't say hi. Catch me in the morning. Larry, I hear that a lot. I hear that from a lot of people, and I've heard some people say it the other way, so I don't know. Alexander, have a good one. I do really like Denver, but it's also a little bit hippie. And despite the big jingly earrings and the almost man bun haircut, I am not. Oh, Daryl, no. All right, woodcutter, be good, man. Yeah. I don't know that I would survive in Denver. I like Idaho quite a bit. I don't like that, Daryl. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Oh man. It's a great day today, though. It was actually cool last night. I got to sleep comfortably. It is now 100 degrees, which is why I'm awake. Those guys had me here up here until almost 1 a.m. and then they took off home. About 8:30, it got so hot that there was no more sleeping. Hollins, take care out there, man. That's true, Larry, and that's another thing that's kind of hanging me up on whether or not I want to go into the flatbed division. Is I would always have that 53-foot trailer, always. So I don't know. I want to. I really, really want to. Oh, I'm staying in the truck, Daryl. Yeah, I'm staying in the truck. The club guys are coming up. We have a plan for providing security on the truck so I can leave for a few hours, because I am responsible for that load back there. So we got that covered, and we're gonna hang out for a couple hours and then come back. So realistically, I got in late last night, hung out with them for a little bit, slept, doing the live video with you guys. Gonna spend a few hours with them. By then it's evening again. I go to bed and I'm out of here at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'll have my PTI done before 8 o'clock and I'll be rolling. Subaru. No, Supra. Wow. Like I said, I just woke up. Typically by now I've had a coffee or a Red Bull. I have done neither. But I am smelling that restaurant though. Definitely gonna have to make a stop over there. But anyway, Larry, I don't know. I want the flatbed. Well, flatbed division, the 53-foot trailer, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Time will tell. I'm having a hard, because I realistically, by the time I'm done, I'll be close to 25 grand to move over to the flatbed division. And I mean, obviously over a long-term period, it's gonna pay for itself for sure. But that's a big bullet to eat out the gate. Yeah, by the time I get back home, it'll be close to 3 weeks, yeah. I have talked to them, and I've talked to a lot of drivers who do it as well. And they sound like they're always busy, like they're never hurting for loads. Yes, Terry, that is true. You do get access to central dispatch on the flatbed division, so you can do cars. That is a factual statement. God, I got this furball knot thing going on here. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, I wouldn't do flatbed with a 25. I don't see any part of that going well. Not looking forward to this deadhead from Montana to Indiana. I've only done that one time, and I thought I would never, ever do it again. Gerard, what's going on? That's true. How many miles is that? It's like 1,700. That's actually the path I'm looking at going, Cloudy. But I don't. You would have to lease a chassis cab. Because in order to put the 53, excuse me, like I said, I've normally had coffee by now. In order to put the 53 on, you have to be a tractor, which means you can't have a bed. And I don't know if you can lease a chassis cab. I haven't looked into it. I couldn't tell you. Okay, so they do the chassis cabs. I did not know that. Okay. Why am I deadheading that far? Because I need to get to Indiana. I keep saying I'm going to bounce across, I'm going to do my normal ping pong, and something keeps coming up that stops me from getting to Indiana. I should have been to Indiana 2 days ago. I have not, Cloudy. I have no experience with any other company. I applied with Bennett, and it took them like 6 months to get back to me. Chris, hello, how are you? $550. What are you planning to haul? Man. So let's be realistic while we're talking about this. The trailer is going to weigh somewhere around 9 or 10,000 pounds, right? Eugene, hello, how are you? And then if you have the trailers that are around 7,000 pounds, you're only going to get 2 on there. So that's 14. So that's 24,000 pounds total. Ish, give or take. If you get the lighter ones, you're not going to be heavier than 6,000 pounds, which is 18,000, which is only 28,000 pounds. Like, realistically, my truck would almost be overkill for the flatbed. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I move into flatbed, I will absolutely stay with the 450. If I stay in singles, I don't know. I might step down. We'll see. How am I doing, Eugene? Well, I just woke up about an hour ago, based on the time on this video. And, yeah, I'm doing all right. Cody, how are you? Man. That's not helping at all, and that's irritating. Hang on. Okay. I thought I saw something out there. I had to check on it. John, I have an RDS tank because that was the only one that I could find. I'm sure that there are others elsewhere, but that was the only one I could find that has a DOT inspection number. Now, from what I've been able to gather, while most won't, DOT officers can sign, fight, out of service you, whatever they want to, if your auxiliary fuel tank does not have a DOT inspection number. And mine is 48 gallons. The reason I went with 48 gallons is because my primary tank is 48 gallons, and I knew 96 gallons would be plenty for a day. Well, that's sad to hear, Cody. All right, guys. I think that we're going to wrap this up here pretty quick, so if you got any questions or comments, go ahead and send them out now. Terry, I think you're off on your numbers. I think it's 31 on the fifth wheel, because I know mine is 34 and a half on the fifth wheel. The company doesn't have to be where you are. Technically, Indiana is in... Wow. Horizon is in Indiana. I really need to go get my coffee. And I live in Idaho. Cloudy, because I sent out applications to 4 or 5 of the companies that looked appealing, and Horizon was the one... While they were not the first that got back to me, they were the ones that could get me into orientation first. I've heard that too. I don't know if that's accurate, because I've heard if your auxiliary is over 100 gallons, you require a hazmat. However, semi-trucks are over 100 gallons. So... I don't know. Toe Piglet, what's going on? Did that trailer work out? Never got a hold of me. Chris, that sucks. Where are you at, Mr. Piglet? Yeah, see, Synergy never got back a hold of me at all. Oklahoma City. Right on. Yeah. Team RV Express was the first to get a hold of me, and they couldn't get me in orientation for almost 4 months. And then... No, I'm sorry. Indiana Transport never got back a hold of me. Synergy said they could get me in 3 months. Then Horizon got a hold of me and said they could do it in a month. And then 2 months after I started with Horizon, Bennett got back to me and asked if I was still interested. Okay, Terry, that makes sense. Well, good thing my gravity feed is only 48. That was a Jeep. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one here. So, whoop, that was wrong side of the phone. My apologies. So as always, those of you out on the roads, I wish you fair winds and following seas. Take care and have a great day.